Let me present something on issues of introduction to computers. On this section, I'm going to define what a computer is and just tackle on classification of computer. Therefore, if we may start with what is a computer, we find a computer is an electronic device that accepts data from the user as the input, and this data is processed to give out a meaningful information as the output. When you're defining on the issues of what a computer is, there are key terms that you must always remember to put, like the electronic device, input, output, issues of data, and information. Therefore, those terms you must be able to understand those terminologies for you to understand what exactly a computer is. Why is it that we are saying that it accepts data from the user? This data is the name given to raw facts, figures, and symbols that have meaningless that are meaningless to the user. For example, if you come up with a name like house, H is a data on itself. Those Now, when you combine those letters at the end of the day, you achieve having a meaning of a structure, which is called a what? A house. Like in a computer, when you give out those facts and figures or letters, it is being processed from that way. You as a human being, you understand. A computer processes it in its form, then it gives you in a human understanding. As we understand that computers only understand two ways or two formats of zeros and ones. Therefore, if for the next term or the next terminology information, you find is as the processed data, but you find these are results from processed data. For example, adding some numerical values like the numbers 7, 14, and 17 into the computer will give you the results of 31. Later, that's the information that you require. Information can be defined as those data that is being computed into more useful form than the raw form. Then we have another one of issues of a program. That's another terminology also you need to understand as the use of a computer, because in each and every environment, in each and every sector, we have our own way of communicating. Therefore, a program is a series of instructions written in language of the computer for them to obey and perform specific tasks as outlined by the instructions. Like if you have a program just for playing music, that's specifically for that section. Therefore, I have another way under which you can, a well elaborate format under which you can define what a computer is. You can just say it's an electronic machine that takes in data, and those are what we call the facts in the raw form, processes the data to give out in another form called information as the what? As the output. Therefore, when a computer is fed with data, it processes through 4 basic steps, and the data can be displaced. But these steps, I'll take you at least through some of the steps which are very important for you as the user of a computer. We have the input process. The user will type the data from, say, the keyboard and the input device. To be introduced later in the, I'll discuss it in another way of that, what a keyboard is and how it works, those types of keys in another presentation. And you find that in this input process, as I said, the user will type the data from, say, the keyboard, and the computer will accept and store within it for the processing issues. Then we have issues of storage process. The data that is fed into the computer at the same time is held, even during the time of processing and after processing. It can further be stored for further reference. And we have different storage devices like the hard disk. We have the primary storage and the secondary storage. but in another presentation I'll be able to explain to you what a primary storage device is and what a secondary storage device is. Let's go to another step of processing. The computer will manipulate the data held within it to more useful form. Results, you get information. But this information is more meaningful. There are people who want, let's say, in a hard copy device. Therefore, you find that there is that output process that will be carried out as the fourth step. The user is given the information he desires, either by using the monitor as the output device, or you receive an output information in form of hard copy. The four basic processes can be summarized in the following ways, like organizing data for processing, information processing cycle, and you find we have the other issues of output function. If I may just discuss on the issues of organizing data for processing, to get quality results, you must have a quality data to start with. And reliable original data generates unreliable results. If you give a computer garbage, you get garbage in return. It is called KICO, garbage in, garbage out. Information processing cycle. Information processing cycle includes a series of steps for transforming data into meaningful information for people. And for you to define what this cycle is defined as a sequence of activities performed in order that it is produced expected and meaningful results. A processing cycle is repeated. It means if the resources are used in the same way, the same outcome will result. The standard cycle followed to processes data and delivers information comprises of the other major functions. I'll just mention them for today, like the input function, the storage function, the processing function, and the issues of the output function. But we have this section under the subsection of classification of computers. There are four basic ways by which computers can be classified. You as a learner, you must always understand computers are classified based on different issues or categories like physical size, the issues of the way they process data by purpose and by use. If we talk about the physical size, is how large the computer is by the way it processes the data. Either you can find, we'll discuss those, how it processes, we have the purpose and by the use. The physical size, we have like supercomputers, we have issues of mainframe computers, we have issues of some of the type of computer, mini computer, microcomputers, and you find how they process data. It is either the analog way or the digital way. Now, and also we have the hybrid way, therefore analog, digital, and the hybrid. And if we go for the purpose, we have issues of the special purpose computers, general purpose computers. Let's say you can just find those computers just for communication purposes only. And for communication purposes only, so for the issues of special purpose. General purpose can perform more than one given task. Now, in the next presentation, I'll be able to explain to you each and every level, like if they are classified according to issues of to the section of physical size. What are these examples of computers under those levels? If we go to the issue to the purpose level, how are computers classified on the basis of purpose, among other issues. Thank you for taking your time to listen to my presentation. I've been your presenter, Mike Machete. I would just like to request, humble request, follow me on YouTube at Mike Shackland, on Twitter at Mike Shackland, on Facebook also at Mike Shackland, on my email address mikemachete@gmail.com. Thank you. Let's meet in the next presentation. God bless you.